Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watch were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
All right, welcome to CTV Sports. I'm Dale Schwetz, and we are live here with Santiago Togolino. Santi, thank you for joining us today.
Pleasure to be here.
It's going to be a lot of fun here with Santiago Togolino. We are live from the CTV studios of Wellington, Florida, and we are bringing you the 2023 World Polo League Founders Cup Final live from field number 2 at the Grand Champions Polo Club. And we want to thank Galasar for an amazing national anthem there. As you can see, the venue is ready to go. As we say, Santi in the business, the stage is set, and we're getting ready to go here with Audi against Richard Mille. Now, let's talk a little bit about you, Santi, before we get going, because we're going to get ready here to do our player introduction, where we get the players on. Santi Togolino, 8-goal polo player. You played number 4, and you played on the Calle Polo team. Tell me a little bit about the team you're playing with.
Bueno, as you said, I've been playing in Calle Polo. It's a great team. It started with Larry Austin, Lerin Subiarre, and Sapo Cassette. I think it was a really competitive team. We lost the semifinal the other day by 1 or 2 goals, I think, against this Audi team. It's also a great team. We had a great time together, and we were really happy to be part of the tournament.
Yeah, I enjoy this team, Santi. We have a lot of fun, Yan and I, breaking the teams down. I love the way you set that. You put Larry in the front, Lorene plays number 2, Sapo plays the 3, and you play the back. Every one of your games, when you played Brookshire, it was 10-7. You won, very close. Then you had you went up against Richard Mille. You said 14-13, where they just edged you out there in a very tight game. You had your Pampa Norte game, 14-13, another close game, and just unbelievable. Tell me a little bit about the league, because it seems like the World Polo League this year is very competitive when you see scores that close.
It's a really competitive team. I think it's my 3rd year playing. You see every match even, and it improves a lot year by year. You see better fields, better horses, better players. It's as I told you, great for me and to be part of the league. And I think it's, as I told you, really competitive, and every match is really close, so anyone can win.
Yeah, no, it's been we love it. It's been amazing how close the matches have been, and we love having you in the league, Sandy. We love what you play. We need to take this time to say hello to your dad.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, please,
Hey,
so say hello to your dad.
Dad, how are you?
Hey, and hola, señor Papa Togolino. I say hello to him a lot on the broadcast. I hope he's listening. But he is a big fan. I had the opportunity to meet Santi's dad here in Florida, and it was a lot of fun. So I'm so happy that So we got him warming up here, and while they're warming up, this same team, Santi, I'm going to bring this up to you. You tell me what you think, your professional opinion on this, but they played against each other. Richard Mille played against each other, and it was a 10-9 game in the All-Star Challenge in our first game. is a little bit of a different team, though. As you know, we have some injuries, as Gilberto Sal will not be playing and Alejandro Navilla Estrada will not be playing. We have a little mix-up. They're going to have Patricio Meyer and Lucas James with Gonzalito and Pablo McDonough. What are your feelings on how maybe they line up against Audi with that team compared to their other team?
See, I think the idea what we saw is that Lucas was playing a little more in front than Alejandro. Alejandro is he plays defense as I play.
Right.
I think that Pablo went with number 4 to play a little more back, and he knows Gonzalito since they were born, so they have a good couple there. I think that they play a lot of possession, and also they make good runs. So we will see a Richard Mille wanting to fight for the ball and play by play, and I think we should see a really interesting game.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I was breaking it down too, and that's the one thing I brought. I mean, it's been very strong with Alejandro at the back, but with Lucas in the front, it adds a different team. He runs very fast. He's a great number 2. I would not want to play against him if I was number 3. I mean, he's a great player, so this should be fun. Now, I haven't seen Patricio play. Do you know Patricio Meyer at all?
And I didn't see him.
First time you see him. Okay, so it's going to be new. We still excited. We got all of our players coming on the field. Now, our mounted officials today, Santi, are going to be Gaston Dorniak and Esteban Ferrari. Our third man IRO will be Steve Lane, who's at the field in the using the challenge system. We are using the challenge system. Each team will receive 1 challenge per half, and we have all the triggers in place. So the umpires can use the cameras to check and see if a goal is scored, check and see if the ball goes out of bounds, to check and see anytime 2 4-legged athletes come together on a ride-off, on any kind of bump, and then if any two-legged athletes come on a hook or anything, they can check for unsportsmanlike conduct. And today, it looks like we're going to have Audi in the dark jerseys, and Richard Mille are going to be in the light jersey. And here you go, it's going to be Patricio Meyer coming in at the number 1 position. Wearing the number 2 today will be Gonzalito Pierez on 9 goals. Wearing the number 3, but I don't know if he plays number 3, Santi. This is where they switch around a little bit, right?
We'll see how they do.
Yeah, Lucas James, and he'll be on 7 goals. And then that's who you're talking about, the ambassador for Richard Mille, Pablo McDonough, at 10 goals. They're a 26-goal team. We want to welcome Patricio Meyer for coming in. He's on an A-rated. And in the black jerseys today, it's going to be Audi. And there he is, the number 1. And you know who he is, Mark Ganzi. We call him the Cobra. And he'll play the number 1 position. Fantastic semifinal he had. Very, very strong. Playing number 2, and you know him very well. 10 goals, Heta Castanola. Playing number 3, one of the highest rated American players with Paulito Pierez. Nick Roldan, Mr. NR on 8 goals. And then playing the number 4 position on 7 goals, Freddie Mannix. And similar to your style, Santi, he likes to run through a lot.
Freddie?
Yeah, when he gets the ball.
Hey, Freddie, he's a physical player. He can hit the ball hard. He's very strong in one-to-man play. He plays very good.
Yeah, so it is. I've enjoyed in this league, Santi, especially in your position, the number 4s, when you guys come through very fast and are scoring a lot of goals. You, Alejandro, Freddie, big part of the game these days, the number 4 going on offense, huh?
See, the important thing when you play at the back, when you see you play, you have to finish it. You don't have to leave it inside. So that's why I think that you go with all that power.
Interesting. There you go. Great concept. I understand. Finish the plays. Don't leave it on the field, or you have a 4-on-3 attack and you're wasted.
Exactly.
Okay, so it looks like they did the toss, and they're going to get them lined up here. Santiago's going to be on the game with us all day long today. We're going to talk a lot about the plays that happened during the game, as we do have our replay system in play here today. And this is Santi's first time being in the CTV studios. We are using our professional players, so it's a treat for all the players. Santiago, the fans, they love to have the players sitting in the booth, as we say. What seat have you sat in the seat before? Have you done some ESPN in Argentina or anything?
No, I went to a couple of interviews, but no. This is something new for me. I hope I do.
Okay, cool.
Fine.
Cool. Have fun with it then. Cool, Santiago. I'm sure you'll do fine, man. Just have a great time and enjoy the day. That's what it's all about here in the studios and watching. It's going to be a great polo game. Field 2, fields have been very, very fast. And the mounted officials here, they'll give their final words as we are live on Field 2. Now, these two teams, not that they met that in the thing, but Audi, Santi, has scored 13 to 15 goals in every game. What do you think about that?
Mark been playing amazing in the semifinal. Also, he been scoring, and I saw him the whole league, and he's playing great. I think what they changed is that Heta is playing a little more back, and Fred is going a little more forward.
Okay.
And that gives a lot of time to Heta to have a little more the ball or to pass better the ball.
Okay.
And this kid, I'm not going to say today what he can do with the ball. Everybody saw. What is he capable to do?
Sure, yeah. They're playing very well, the Casanova brothers. As I say, on the other side, they have won. The Richard Mille team has won by 1 or 2 goals every game, and now they have a different team. So we'll see how they go. It looks like we're off to the races. And as Santi said, Mark Gandy's been scoring goals. He's going to get out in front very quickly and picked up and taken out of there cleanly into the corner. Loose ball play, and they turn it around. It's going to be picked up here by Fred Mannix. Mannix wearing the number 4 in the white helmet. Nice ball control here by Freddie. Keeps the mallet away and from the opposing player, gives it to Heta. Heta now trying to walk the dog. Loose ball play. Bounces off a pony. Back to Heta. Shot on goal. In front of goal. And then Mannix is going to fire one from the line. And you're going to get the high flag in our first goal of the day. What do you think about this here, Santi?
We saw Nick Roldan hitting hard with the ball to Mark, and then they got a little play to the right, and they were with a little lag at the end that they could score.
Yeah, no, they got lucky with the ball. Sometimes that ball bounces around in there. You don't know where it's going to go. So a lucky little play. It actually went off of Meyer's horse right there.
It was full of people in front. It's difficult and not to hit a horse.
Yeah, no, it can be tough. On the bowling. Picked up here, loose ball play, and that's just speed. His Heta's going to steal it away from everybody, get out in front, and when he gets out in front, ooh, miss. So just a miss hit there to the left side, and Richard Mille in the light blue jerseys will get their first knock-in of the day. On the knock-in. How many? You guys have a lot of plays on the knock-in side. Did you have set plays? How many do you do in one game?
There's many plays you can do. You go to the left, you go to the right, you can go long, you can go long to the center. There's many plays that you can do. The thing is not to lose the ball.
Right.
You see, they're playing possession.
And you'll change them around during the game? Is that what you guys do?
You have to adjust yourself of the opponent also.
Sure.
So what the opponent does.
Very cool, the chess game, as it explains. All right, on the move, it's going to be Bumigagdana, Pablo, and this is going to be Gonzalito. You're going to see this all day long. These two guys work very well together. Nick on the ride-off. Gonza's going to run the corner here right in front of the VIP. Now down the center, looking for Mark Ganzi. Loose ball play, it bounces off a pony. Turned in, held in here by Nick. Heta going forward. Hits off a pony right there, so it slows it down a bit, and there's the give and go once again. It's going to be from Lucas now to Pablo, back to Gonzalito, and we have neutral polo being played here in the middle of the field. Polo field, for all you new viewers, 300 yards long by 160 yards wide. You can put 9 football or 9 soccer fields in the middle of one polo field, so these horses can carry the load, and the energy of the ball can move 120 yards, 150 yards at 120 miles an hour. On the move right here, it's going to be picked up by Gonzalito. Nice little play by Mannix. Held in there by Heta. Looks like he's got Nick Roldan going. Heta, walking the dog, ducking and diving, bobbing and weaving, trying to get through there. Still has control. Leave that, and now you get a whistle on the play, and that will stop the action right there. And I think you might go to a courtesy change, but we'll see here on this one. Well, you got in here, Santi. Looks like he's just trying to get through the pack here.
A similar play of the last one. They went to the right, and then again, a lot of people in front, and you have to manage yourself how to go to the goal, and sometimes gets tricky.
Yeah, when it gets really bunched up in there, remember, and a lot of people, they're new to polo. You got a 500 to 600 pound animal that can run 35 miles an hour, but now you got him at this like slow lope. It looks like they're going to go ahead with a blocking foul here. So shading will be the call?
I think so.
Yeah, you agree with that? Okay. And we're going to go ahead and drop this ball at the penalty 2, and it'll be a 30-yard open goal. It'll be Mark Ganzi to do the honors here for Team Audi in the dark jerseys. Mark, and he has been very strong from the penalty line.
He has a great swing, and he hits the ball very good.
Yeah, I believe he made 6 in the semifinal, and you know, Santi, how important they are without the penalties, right?
The penalties are something really, really important that you have to make if you want to win.
Let me ask you something. Do you practice a lot? Do you need to practice a lot? Some players don't, some do. I just want to know how you do it.
I practice. I think it depends on the day you have, but for sure, the practice makes you better, for sure.
Yeah. So you get a good shot here of Pablo McDonough, the ambassador of Richard Mille. You know, talk a little bit about his son, because he's played such a great job. I guess you got to saw Mille play. What do you think about that? 12 years old.
Mille, well, there's a lot of kids playing really, really good. They are. They were born in a barn or playing the open, the fathers and the godfathers. So it's really good the way they're doing.
Yeah, it's great to see that. I love to see that. Because remember, when I used to play, we used to sit on the sideline and wait for someone not to show up.
Exactly.
Because you couldn't play. And now they're all playing. We're going to talk a little bit about Mille as the day goes on here, just because it was such a special day. He played in the semifinals. He's 12 years old. He scored 5 goals in the semifinals. And we're just going to give you a little more information on Mille and on some of the tournaments he won. What do we got here? Comes through the back. Let's read this one. It comes out and trying to get out of the way there. And I think they're going to go ahead and call the blocking foul here, but it looked like he was trying to get out. And we'll see what they decide. So just a little blocking foul there. And so we understand they're going to get on it here as they move this one from the center to the 60. How do you feel about the adjustments of the ball placement, Santi? Have you been happy with your games on where they move the balls? Or
for me, the important thing is that they have to play the same. How do you say?
Consistently.
Consistently.
Yeah.
If you're gonna give that every time a penalty for, it's good.
Okay.
Or the other way, but to be, as you said, consistently.
Very, very important. I do agree with you 100%. Ooh, off to the right. And Santi, this is how we do the triggers so you can get a good look for it when you're on the field. You can see how that ball went to the right. We can draw a line down the screen if we need to, if it's very close. But if we did need to use a trigger, we did not need to use a trigger there. That ball was way off to the right side. And that's a little change because Heta's been very good on his penalty shots. Whistle on the play. And look, they came together here. We're going to get another replay. Pablo knocks it in here. Look, you see Gonza going to the right side here. The ball gets over to the right. Oh, and they're going to call a little, maybe that little bump.
Yeah,
off speed.
In my opinion, they have to try to make them play. O sea, if not, it's going to be a lot of fouls.
Okay.
Perhaps but a little small. So if they can continue playing and playing and playing, it's a throw-in.
Yeah, and you're going to go.
It's good for everybody.
Good call. Good call, Santi. You're right. On that type of stuff early, let them play. Let them get it going. If it's not dangerous, let them roll. I agree with you. On the move right here, it bounces off a pony and then the big ball, and here comes Richard Mille, and it's Lucas. First touch of the day for James. Hit. That's going to come back on defense here. We got everybody running full speed now. The two number 2s come together. Into the corner it goes, and it'll be Pablo McDonough. Now you have to deal with Nick. Lucas comes in to help a little bit. McDonough is going to try to walk this guard. Actually, keeping him moving here. Keeping him moving. There's the ride-off. Oh, they come together. And I think you might get a call here. That might have been too close for comfort. Two players riding now, Santi. You might get a 1 meeting 2 here.
Say 1 meeting 2. You have one on the left.
Yep.
Making contact. And now appear 1.
Yep. And also remember, Santi, in our rules here, I know in Argentina they're pretty much the same. In our rule book, you don't need to be making contact as long as you have a focus on the other player. So some players, when it comes to people were asking about that, I had some novice players or novice people, new players watching the game, and they were asking me about the contact. And all you got to do is have a focus. Open goal penalty 2, and it'll be Pablo McDonough. No problem there for McDonough. So they'll keep it going here. Pablo will get the first one of the day for the Richard Mille team, and we're going to click down under 2 minutes now. And Mannix had his first one, and Mark Gandy had a 2. So a very tight game here early in our World Polo League Founders Cup Final 2023. Picked up here and left there to Heta. They need to give him one play, and he's going to drive one here. He's got Roldan going forward, but it looks like he's going to leave this one for the Cobra. Mark takes it inside the 60. Pablo puts the ride off on him and pushes in the corner. Nick's going to get there and comes together with 2 players. There's a hard ride off by James. And it looked like Nick might have got hit or something there. We'll see what happens on the replay. Let's see what happens. He gets this one. It got the cross there. That kind of looked like it might have been a miss there, huh?
The first foul was by Nick, no?
Yeah, it might have been a foul there. It looked like that ball was coming across the line. We'll see what they decide. I don't know if it was too quick for them to see, but it looked like it was coming across the field.
It's as I told you, if they blow the first one from Gonzalito to Freddy, they have to start blowing a lot.
Yeah.
So I think that it's better this than the other way.
Okay, I understand what you're saying. No, I'm learning from you because remember, I umpired too, so I love hearing that. Here we go. We're going to get the open goal penalty 2 out of it, but as you said, we had a quick line change there. There was no call on the play,
Yeah,
and the
got
Cobra.
the second one.
Yeah, and we got the second foul, and they got the second foul. So they'll go ahead and put that one in. Mark will get his second penalty 2 of the day, and make it 3-1. And the quick line change, Santi, I talk a lot about that on the broadcast. It's probably one of the toughest ones for the umpires when the ball changes direction very quickly. All right, back to the center we go. We are going to switch directions for any of you new viewers out there. That's the procedure we use in polo to keep it fair for the same sun, wind, field advantage all out through the game after every goal. Don't get confused if you see that and you're new to the game. Well done here by Pablo McDonough out of the air. They go forward and a whistle on the play. So a little choppy here early on. You kind of called that. You said, hey, they'll get them going. There's going to be some fouls. And here at the beginning, they've probably matched each other on fouls. And it looks like Heta comes from left to right on the shading foul.
Yeah, perhaps it was not that long distance, so to play the ball. It was again a small one. Could be a foul.
Yeah. So you can let those play if you want to stay consistent on the distances. Keeping the distances tight, and that's what Santi's talking about. It's all about the distance between 2 different players and on the field. Pablo and another one for McDonough. So Pablo will keep the penalty stick hot and make it 3-2 here. And we're going to click down, and that's going to end our first chucker of play. So there you go. We are live here at the Grand Champions Polo Club. That's field number 2, and this is the finals of the 2023 World Polo League Founders Cup. And Santi Tocolino and I will be right back after this commercial break.
Happy to be back in town playing with the best teams, best boys, and on the best fields.
So we're going to start the season a full power horse.
I'm just happy to be back in Florida. It's hometown. Looking forward to getting back on these amazing fields.
Hi, this is Manny Pacquiao. To the World Polo League host Mark and Melissa Ganzi, I would like to congratulate the both of you for the opening of 2023 polo season in Florida. Thank you also for welcoming my best friend Mikey Romero and his Global Port team to the Grand Champions Polo Club to compete in the highest level of polo in North America. I wish you all the best of luck during this season, and God willing, I can come and visit Florida to meet you also and cheer for our Global Port team. God bless everyone. Stay safe. Know that God is good all the time. Thank you. Mabuhay.
Welcome back to CTV Sports. I'm Dale Schwetz, and I'm here with Santiago Tocolino for the 2023 World Polo League Founders Cup final. We're in chukker number 2. Santi, I know you got some of the horses over there, and you know the horses is as good as anybody. Tell us who's riding who here in the beginning of the chukker before the Kersey change.
We can start with Audi horses. Mark Gansi is riding Malapata Tinta, Nick Roldan on Mariscal, Geta Castañuela, Open Antojo, and Freddie Mannix, Alberta Masancha. And on the other side, we have Patricio Mayor, Irenita Flag, Gonzalito Pires, Open Sausa, Pablo McDonough, Irenita Subaru, and Lucas James, Siempre Mafalda.
Very, very good. Thank you there so much, Santi. Santi will be up on the horses. I've been learning the horses, and it's amazing. Without the four-legged athlete, Santi, you're nothing, right? I mean, it's all about the horse, right?
It's a very, very big average with the player.
Yeah. What is your name? Your breeding operation? Do you have a breeding operation
I have
too?
a breeding, but I don't have a name. I'm working on that.
You're working on it. Okay, good.
I'm working on that.
Oh, good. So we'll be staying in tune, in touch with you on that. All right, here we go. Second chukker. And if you're just joining us, welcome. Santiago Tocolino will be with me all day here at the CTV studios, and we welcome him. He did play for Kaya Polo here in the Founders Cup. And Audi, if you're just joining us, Mark Ganzi's playing the number 1. They're in the dark jerseys. And you have Het de Casanova playing the number 2, Nick Roldan playing the 3, and Fred Mannix playing the number 4. They're 26 goals. And on Richard Mille, they're in the light blue jerseys. You have Patricio Meyer, who's filling in for Gilberto Sao, and we hope Gilberto is better. He had a riding jockey muscle injury. And then we have Lucas James, who is filling in for Alejandro Navija Estrada. And we want to make sure Alejandro, big shout out to him, hope he gets better. They both were hurt in the semifinal. And then Gonzalito Pierres is playing 3, and Pablo McDonough. And actually, I apologize. Lucas is wearing the 3, and Gonzalito is wearing the 2. And we do have a penalty here. Looked like a little blocking foul at first, but maybe we have a challenge on the play. No, they're not going to challenge. We are going to have an open goal penalty 3. And the Cobra's dialed in today, Santi.
He's sharp, eh?
Yeah, it's such a big deal. You know, like you said, he made 6 in the semifinal. It takes a lot of pressure off the pro players, too, when you have somebody hitting, just so you can focus on your own job. And I know some teams, they do it differently. Do you like taking all the penalties when you take them, or you like having like a...
For me, in my opinion, the important thing is that if one takes it, he knows mentally that he's going to take everything.
Yeah, there you go, because it is a mental game, right? Especially the 2s and 3s.
And also the penalties.
Sure, everything. I agree with you, because definitely it is a mental game, and you need to be ready to rock and roll, and that's what Santi's saying. You have to prepare yourself mentally as much as shooting the ball. And here comes Pablo, working it in here. McDonough, he finds some space in here, and they come together, and Roldan... I'm trying to say, man, he's looking for something there. I don't know if we're going to get a call or not. They came together, maybe on the follow-through, Nick looking for something, but no whistle on the play, so non-call, and Heta's going to drive one off the line very quickly, and he's looking for Mannix. Freddie down the right side. He's got the Cobra going forward, Mark. Gonzalito's going to rotate around. Oh, bad luck there, Mark. You can see it. It goes off the field, and you're going to get a possession play. So just bad luck here for Audi.
Sí.
They'll count it out there, 8 seconds. They get everybody 30 yards in front of the ball. Player umpires will drop the ball when that ball goes out of bounds. And we call that the COP, C-O-P, the change of possession. And when it is on the pitch, the COP on the pitch, as we say here at CTV Sports, you need to have positive possessions. Two players come together here. Ganzi's going to ride for one, but no whistle. Pablo says, let's just rock and roll. McDonough now takes this one in, tries to get by Nick. Roldan takes his mallet away and smokes one out to the outsider. We got the Cobra on a breakaway and a whistle on the play. So another little quick line change I think we're going to see here, Santi. Here comes Nick. This is a great play here by Roldan. Quick hook and back shot. That's clean. But the ball is coming across the field right there, and you get a right-of-way violation. Pretty easy call.
A little bad luck because he hit a horse. If not, it was a great back shot by Nick.
Yeah, you know, if Nick's back shot goes, it probably goes about 80 yards on, maybe 100.
I was going to say that. Nick can hit the ball forward like more than 100, but in a backhander, he can hit really hard the ball.
Yeah, you two have a very similar strength for me. I think you hit the ball as hard as anybody in the polo world too today, Santi.
Thank you.
Wow, we had a challenge on the play. I'm surprised they challenged that one personally.
Yeah, because it was an easy play for the umpires.
It was an easy call for the umpires. Yeah. I'm wondering what they were thinking there. And I know the Audi team is very strong on their challenges. I always have a risk-reward matrix I use, Santi, and one of it is I don't like challenges early. I think you should save them. I don't think the player that fouls should be able to say challenge. It's got to be another player on the team. And never challenge with emotion.
It's true.
You know, you want to be tranquilo. Because, you know, it's a very hard game out there when your adrenaline is pumping. Sometimes you can make maybe an irrational decision. I'm not sure what happened there, but they did challenge. So at this time, Audi will be out of challenges. So Richard Mille with a little bit of an advantage here in the first half. They still have a challenge to use. They're going to get the open goal penalty, too. And that'll make it 4-3. And picked up here and taken by Heta. Backed up cleanly.
Safety.
And off the field we go. Let's see. Mark. Shot on goal there. Did he get a piece of it? And yeah, Gonzalito's going to get there. Looks like we're going to get a penalty 6. Safety?
Safety.
So as you say, like you said, there's a good shot of Pablo. We are going to use the courtesy change here. Some of the players have been changing a lot lately. We use the courtesy change in between. What do you got on there on horses? They're going to change up, I think, on the second horse for the second chucker, Santi.
Yes, Patricio Mayor is going to ride Irenita Grieta, Gonzalito Pires Open Babeira, Pablo McDonald, Irenita Pisa. Then the Audi team, Mark Ganzi on Sueca, Nick Roldan, Escriba Simonetti, Geta Castañuela en Atrevida, and Freddie Mannix in Alberta, Baklava.
All right. And it's going to be another open goal penalty shot. Or no, a safety 60-yard shot now for Geta. And, wow, I think just inside the post there.
Yes.
Yeah, so a nice shot by Geta. So Geta, he had a little trouble with his first penalty in the first chucker, but no problem with this one. And, of course, the penalty 6 is taken from the same spot. The penalty 4 is taken for any of our new polo fans out there. It is taken wherever that ball is hit over the end line by the defending team, like in soccer. That's why they sometimes call it a corner. On the move right here, Gonzalito. He's going to get out in front, but look at Lucas James coming on hot. Lucas James with a deep near side neck shot. And that horse can run. What's that one there? Very fast.
From Lucas?
Yeah. There's he mixing it up a little bit.
A mix, sí.
Yeah, sometimes they mix them up a little bit. This is going to bring us to the courtesy change, actually. where Gonza's changing. Remember the courtesy change, we use a one-time per chucker. About halfway through the chucker, and basically as a tournament condition with the United States Polo Association, you do not need to use it. How do you feel about the courtesy change? You like using the courtesy change?
I think that safety first.
Right,
it is
for the
really,
four-legged athlete.
It's really important for me that sometimes a horse can be tired and could be really dangerous.
Sure. You know? Yeah, and that's the one thing. But that's why it all started, Santi. All based on the safety of the horse. You know, the four-legged athlete, as we call it here at CTV Sports. And but I think it's just added a lot to the game because it makes it even on for everybody to be able to change. And sometimes you have sponsors or we have players that play that might need a little more time. We keep it around 45 seconds. You are allowed to change your horse if you want, though, during it, like in NASCAR, when you change your tires or go in for gas. Don Delito. Go for the pump fake. Gonza, shot on goal, and just wide to the right. So both teams missing the goal a little here in the first two chuckers, Santiago.
See, we saw a great back shot from Luka James. Pablo McDonough went through also, and bueno, it was really close to the goal.
So on the knock-in, Heta. Wearing the two, but doing the knock-in, so they're switching it up a little bit, huh, the Audi team?
See, they changed. They play Heta is playing, you see, a little more close to Nick, and Fred is going a little more forward. It's that as the Richard Mille team, Lucas James is more in front, and Gonzalito and Pablo are playing more close.
Yeah, there you go.
Closer.
Very cool. There you go. It's amazing. It's a constant, like Santiago was saying it earlier. It's a constant chess game. You're always changing to adapt to the field, huh, Santiago? No matter what you got.
It's really important to adjust and to change the play-by-play.
Yeah. And that was great to say, play-by-play. That just changed. That seemed like a pretty easy call. We had one player come from right to left. Mark Ganzi was following the ball. The player following the ball has the right of way. So you have a player that comes in front. He had a near side play, on the left side of the horse. But on the right side of the horse, we have a blocking foul. So that will go ahead and take it down to the 60-yard mark once again. And hit the Castañola is going to be on this shot right here. Let's see. 60-yard shot. Let's see if we go 2 for 2. Penalty 6, just about a minute ago. So he's warmed up. Here comes Castañola. Oh, off to the right side. So the Rushard Mill team dodging a full couple bullets here. You know, we get at the shooting good. You got to be careful because he has been very strong through the season here. Remember, we will have our halftime stats, so we'll be able to break this down for you. So on the move right here, on the knock, it's going to be Pablo McDonough. He's going to come down the center with this one. Picked up cleanly and take it forward by Heta. Castañola. Nick's going to work with the man. Everybody going forward now. Heta has a lot of room to work right here, though. Nobody going to him on defense. There's the outlet pass, and that's a pretty pass, but well picked up by Gonzalito, and he'll find Lucas James. Lucas, look at your clock in the back there, 1:18 on the clock. As they come around, now they'll go ahead and push it down the boards. Nobody home. Lucas coming in hot. Ooh, Nick trying to get it, but Lucas steals it away and does not skip a beat. Lucas James with the approach shot. Did he put it in line? Oh, that's a pretty approach shot. Oh, and look at this save. Oh, no, the high flag. So Lucas with a wonderful approach shot here. A very fast horse, as you said. He's been mixing them up a little bit, so we're not exactly sure. Sometimes he's on a different one. And, he just mishit that a little bit, and Nick almost saved it.
See, we saw a great steal from Lucas to Nick in the boards, close to the boards. And at the end, I think it's inside the goal, no?
Yeah, that was an interesting play there. Yeah, as they come across. So that's going to bring us to the end of our second chukker. You see right there, Patricia Meyer and Pablo McDonough and Gonzalito Perez riding off the field. So, Lou, once again, Santiago and I are going to go to a little commercial break. And when we return for our third chukker, you'll catch the action here from the Grand Champions Polo Club on Field 2. You're watching CTV Sports.
We're here at the Santa Rita Polo Farm where the PTF Polo ASSN Junior Tournament is being held for the first time ever at this location. And I mean, could you get a more beautiful venue? Probably not. The tournament includes players of all ages, starting with the youngest at just 2 years old and the oldest at 20 years old. So you've got all ages, all skill levels, and a whole lot of fun. Let's go check it out.
It reminds me of my days when I was in that position playing the kids tournament, and for us it meant the world. So I'm very happy to be here supporting my son and other kids as well, because I think they really enjoy this, and for them it's even more important than for us probably playing the 26 or the 22.
Well, that's a wrap on the PTF Polo ASSN Juniors Tournament at the Santa Rita Polo Farm. So much incredible talent coming up through the ranks. The future is certainly bright for the sport of polo. Now, for more information on the PTF, head to polotraining.org. And, of course, head to Chucker TV for all of our awesome content, including full game broadcasts.
Third Chucker Action. I'm Dale Schwetz with Santiago Tocolino. We're live from the CTV studios. And this is the 2023 World Polo League Founders Cup Final. Coming to you live from the Grand Champions Polo Club, field number 2. We're in the middle of the World Polo League 2023. Santiago is playing for Calle Polo. What do you think of the start here, Santi? What's your feeling of the first two chuckers?
Bueno, for me, it's a little more fouls that we would like, but it's a tough game. They are really good, both teams, so it is really close. But we would like to see more runs, no, with the ball and play, so we can see more goals from the field, not a lot of from penalties.
You got it. It has been a little bit tight. It was a little tight early on, as you pointed out, and we want that open style, and we've seen that here. As we were talking about this Audi team, as they've scored 13 to 15 goals in every game, and at the moment they're not on track for that. So let's see what happens if we get it going. Gadelito, so a little outlet pass from Pablo. Down the corner, it's going to go down. He's going to have Pablo and McDonough going forward. Nick on the rotation. Both teams still have challenge. No, one team lost. Actually, the Audi team lost their challenge. So, Richard Mille with the ability to challenge here in the third chucker. Nice little pump fake from Pablo. Rotation from Lucas. Freddie's going to come in there looking for a foul. No whistle on the play. Looked like he was clean to me. Looked like a good non-call. Loose ball play, backed up cleanly by Roldan. Nick, he's got Freddie going forward. Look at the Cobra. Now, who's got the horsepower? This you called. See, it's Santiago. Here they come. Lucas James is going to give one play here. Freddie looking for Mark. Mark's going to come across on the near side, cleaned up by James. Lucas finds Pablo. McDonough's going to go back to the center with it. He knows he has the support of Lucas James. Well done, Pablo. We'll ride in this bay pony here. Now looks like a nice, strong, beautiful-looking horse. Around the corner he goes. Picked up here now by Nick Roldan. Nick, look at this pass for the Cobra. It might go by itself, and Mark's just going to put a little tapper. Nice power polo play here by Audi. And then Santiago, I don't know if they have any they can't hear us out there, but they definitely heard what you said, because this game has gone from being a tight game to a very fast game.
See, we saw also a great back shot when they were defending, and then Freddie hit up along the ball, and now again Nick Roldan had a great neck shot. The good thing is that Mark is always a target. You know, he has to be in front waiting for the ball, and they are doing great.
So they opened the game up. And that's the Audi team that I'm used to seeing. And that Audi team of giving and going, like you said, using Mark in the front, using Freddie in the back. If Freddie wants to run through, they do it. Let Heta and Nick, work their magic in the middle. And like that, moving the ball. And that's for me, is their strength. So we'll see if they stay on it. Pablo. Nick's going to go ahead and stay with Pablo. A little bit of a miss hit here. And Mark opens it up with angle. That will work, though, because Heta's going to have time to come back with it on the little gray pony here. Slows it down. And trying to dig it out here. Finally does. And it bounces off a pony. Little bit of a cluster. Team bets up. Oh, Freddie sneaks by. Cleans up. And look at this shot by Fred Mannix. Now Lucas James, neutral play there by Nick on the hook. The lever for Mannix. Fred gets hooked by Pablo. Gonzalito comes in, cleans it up. And they'll turn the corner once again. It'll be McDonough. Pablo. Ooh, just little mishits here and there. There's a nice clean back shot, though. Nobody home, though, is Mark must have been rotating back on defense because he's usually there. The outlet pass to the corner, and it's going to be Lucas James. But look at Nick coming over so quickly and then backing this one up cleanly in there, playing strong polo, huh? That's tough right there. They come through here, and they're going to let Pablo go ahead and just get in there a little bit before Heta. And this is what you wanted to see earlier, I think, Santiago, right?
Now we're seeing polo, eh?
Yeah, now what you wanted. You got it. They've loosened it up a little bit, and it happens. Sometimes they'll loosen the game up. It looks like they're running and gunning. Big ball here by Gonzalito Pierres. Right. And what a shot. Que golazo by Gonzalito Pierres. And look at this. No foul, Santi. Nothing till the courtesy change. And that's why we have the courtesy change, Santiago's Tocolino, because if you get chuckers like that, that's when you need to get on the new horses.
See, again, Rich Amir start moving the ball into an empty space so the other guy can go and look it up. And we saw a great goal from Gonzalito. He can score great goals, and he did one second ago.
What do we got for third chuckers, Santi? On your list there, we got some changes of horses here.
Yes.
And we're going to go with the second horse in for the third chucker.
Yes, Patricio Mayorga, Sirenita Gemela, Gonzalito Pires, Charlotte. It's an American thoroughbred.
Okay.
Pablo McDonough in Irinita Japonesa. And I think Lucas James is in Taquara.
Beautiful.
Then we have Mark Gansi in JM Vino Tinto.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's Juanma breeding.
Right.
Nick Roldan in NY. Heta Castañola in Open Artillera, and Fred Mannix in Machitos Electra, also from the Machitos breeding.
Right, and Machitos is Mariano Aguirre, right? And the Open is Lustina, right? That's the Pierres,
Open
right?
is from Lustina breeding, yes.
Yeah, from the Pierres. So that's what we're saying. So Santi and I were talking about, remember, when you hear those first names, that's the actual breeder, and then they name the horse. So if you're new to the horses that you see on the field, and I really appreciate Santiago getting involved with the horses with us today, because I am learning so much more about the horses and their breeding. And, of course, Santiago, he understands and knows all of the breeds and all of the people that breed them, being a high goal polo player as he is at 8 goals. Two players come together here, and we'll get a replay on this. Now, remember, Richard Mills still has a challenge. That ball kind of goes good. Looks like he's going across the field there. They come together. Ooh, and that's a difficult one. I guess Nick's saying he had lesser angle.
See,
now, what do you think? Yeah,
it's a tough
call,
play,
huh?
The Richard Mir guy wanted to go a little to the right, and Nick was a little going to the left. So we'll see what is the call, but could be one way or the other.
Yeah, it's one of those ones that's very tough. I understand about. They're going to go ahead and say foul against the black, crossing over afterwards, and you can see that. But you got to remember also those umpires are making that call in 5 seconds,
Exactly.
3 seconds, Santi, and we get the replay. And it's not that easy. But you're right. Somebody was wrong. So they'll go ahead and go for the spot. Nobody moving anywhere. So good ball placement. Penalty 5A. And it'll go Pablo to Gonzalito, and that's bad luck for Gonza, but he was going to get there and save that one as Heta was off to the races. No play there for Freddie, so good read here by Mannix, not to get involved right there. He probably would have fouled if he came across. He knew they was coming on a little late. Goes to the defense and leaves it, and it's a good play because now Nick's going to get it, and he's got Heta in the rumble seat. Heta. Casanola, and he's got to have at least two players downfield. Fred Mannix, yeah, and the Cobra. Look at this, Mannix all by himself. Freddie once, Freddie twice. Look for the finish. Yeah, and there's the number 4, like you, Santiago, running through.
Sí, Jeta gira, I don't know, 120 yards. Pero they can do that, and Freddie's playing more forward, so we're going to see much more of this plays going on.
Yeah, no, you called it so well, Santi. That's why I love having you guys in the studio. I know on the field you're changing, like you said, you're changing from play to play. So to be able to see it here from all these camera angles that we have on CTV Sports, from the drone, the high cam, our end zone cams, gives you a great perspective. On the move, on the bowling, going to be picked up by Audi with a 2-goal lead. They leave it now. So good combination here by Nick and Heta. Look at this ball. That's a pretty ball by Heta, but it's going to be a good ride off there by Meyer. Well done, Patricio, doing his job on Gansey. They come together here, and no call on the play, so flat. He's going to steal that ball away and turn it in. Look like Gonzalito wasn't happy with it. We'll be able to get a replay here as it's going to take us into our first half of play. And here it comes. Gonza turns it up, takes it forward, and, well, I mean, he hits it into him, I guess, right?
Sí.
Tough. Remember, there's two different things you're doing there. If a guy rides into your ball, but if you hit it into a guy's ball, then it's a free ball. So just bad luck for us here for the Richard Mille team. It came at a bad time right at the end of the chukker with only 30 seconds left, but that'll take them off. So we're going to send all the players off to their tents, to the locker room, and here's our halftime stats, Santi. So 8-5. Shots on goal, 11-8. And pretty close on the shots. Knock-ins, 3-3, so they both missed the goal the same amount of times. Throw-ins, though, look at that. Audi winning 5 more, and that becomes a big deal in a very close game. Fouls, very similar, 4-4. Penalty scored, 3 for the Richard Mille team and 4 for the Audi team. So not the only big stat, really, is those bowl-ins and the shots on goals. So there they are. Good shot of everybody in their tents. They'll prepare for the second half. And Santiago and I are going to take a little break. And when we return, we will be live here from the Grand Canyon Polo Club, field number 2, for our second half of the 2023 World Polo League Founders Cup Final.
This is a championship meet. Yeah. All the best jockeys in the world are here, and I'm excited to ride against them.
We back.
And you get to watch some really incredible, talented athletes out there.
Yeah.
To us, it's a place to be in the winter.
I love Gulfstream Park because of the racing.
The palm trees, the beach is right here. The horse racing is some of the best in the country.
A lot of good horses come out of here. If you want to go to the next level, Gulfstream Park was the place to come.
I remember the first time I came to Gulfstream, it was like this big fairy tale place. All the history. And all these great horses, trainers, jockeys. It was everything I ever dreamed of.
My name is Augustine Malman. I am a chef. I trained with my uncle in Argentina in several restaurants, and now I travel the world creating unique experiences, all cooked with fire. For this event, we came from California. My team and I had some previous events there, and we traveled with my wood oven trailer and all of our grills from Santa Barbara, California. Well, when we got here, we always arrive about a week prior to the event. There's several things that we order from out of town, like the firewood. We make reservations of all of the rental items, kitchen equipment, anything we need prior to our arrival is already reserved. And then once we arrive into town, we'll source out whatever products are on the menu, like fish, red meats, fruit, vegetable, anything that we need specifically for that menu that we chose. We will source it once we get in town. My team is everything. I mean, I always tell them and to my clients, without a good team, you can't execute these kind of dinners. It takes a lot more work than what people see when they show up to the events. It takes, like I said, sometimes weeks to prepare for an event like this because we're traveling from out of town, so we have to source everything we're not familiar with. The new barn is, we're here. This is the first dinner we're doing here, so we're very excited to be here. It's amazing. It's a great place to be, and it has this inner courtyard, which is amazing to do dinners, with a special area back here behind me to do all of our grilling and the fire showcase. So it's great to be here. It's a beautiful place. Very different being up in the mountains, but I feel with Melissa and Mark and all the events we do together, I feel like it's home. We've been cooking for them for about 4 or 5 years now. But as far as showcasing what we want to showcase and being in an incredible place like Aspen Valley Polo Club, that's no difference to Wellington. It's a beautiful place up here. It's going to be a 4-course seated meal. As the first course, we have a halloumi cheese that we sear on our fire plancha with shrimp, pine nut gremolata sauce on top. The second course seated will be a roasted beetroot salad with goat cheese and arugula, lemon zest and olive oil. And then the main course tonight will be a mashed potato, sweet potato puree with skirt steak and chimichurri sauce. My name is Augustine Malman, and we are in Aspen Valley Polo Club, one of the most beautiful places to do an outdoor fire dinner experience.
Oh, it was a lot of fun. The WPL is a great tournament. It's a great league. You get some of the best players in the world coming to play, and so it's a lot of fun to play.
It was a tough game. Just really happy we got the result. Really happy that, with this team, and happy it all worked out. Happy all these guys were able to come play, and just happy we're able to gel and play freaking fun polo.
I'm looking forward to this, playing polo, man. I love the sport. I love to be here in Wellington, and for me, it's just a lot of fun to be here with playing the World Polo League and just playing polo and having fun.
We were excited to start. The field was amazing. We knew that it was a really tough team that we had against. Mark always puts a really strong team in the field, and it was Gilberto's first game, tournament and everything, so happy that he did good. I used to play a lot with Pablo when I was younger. We were cousins and we played a lot of kids tournament together until we played the Open together. Then a few years we play against each other, and now we had the opportunity to play back again, and it feels really good. Have a lot of connection, and with Alejandro I played last year here with Melissa. He's a great defender, a great back. He plays really simple. He understands the game really good, so he makes things simple. And Gilberto, I think he had a really good game. Yeah, I think yes. Well, this is a single elimination tournament, so winning today was keeping one foot in the tournament. So it was really nice now that we have another game in the weekend to keep playing, and yes, a lot of fun.
Hi, everybody. It's ABSC Board President Chris Davenport at the base of Aspen Highlands, and we are about to kick off the 12th annual Audi Ajax Cup. This event is our biggest fundraiser of the year for the Aspen Valley Ski and Snowboard Club, and it supports our mission of allowing all of the kids in the valley access to the mountains, to sports, summer and winter. We give away a ton of scholarship money throughout the year, and this event really supports that mission, as I said. So we're psyched to have all of our teams, our 16 teams here, competing for the coveted Audi Ajax Cup. We've got a lot of action coming up, and I hope you guys enjoy the show.
I think ski racing is something very, very important sport in general for the youngsters. And it doesn't matter much if you become world champion, Olympic champion, World Cup champion. The most important thing for the youngsters is to have a goal, a target to fight for, and to feel that it is not easy to achieve a success. That is the most important lesson out of sport, out of competition. But if you at the end become a world champion, is not so important.
Come on, Jimmy, let's do this! Hop up!
You know, this is ABSC's largest fundraiser for our club. You know, and I think the true importance of this is we're making a conscious effort to make sure that kids in the Roaring Fork Valley have the opportunity to get on snow, ski, and snowboard. You know, and in this particular year, we've got over 600 kids that are receiving over $600,000 in scholarship money and financial aid. And that's possible for our club because of this event.
So the Cup got to showcase the new talent that's coming up, and some of the legends in skiing were here today. It was awesome to see them. And so it's like you see some of the young people skiing, and they're just awesome. And so I can't wait to see them wearing the U.S. ski team uniform and on the World Cup in the future.
The 2021 winners of the Audi Ajax Cup. We love ABSC! We have ever seen a team go undefeated into the final.
We're really looking forward to a fun day and get more kids on snow.
That was good looking skiing by both of those athletes. And Team Alps, your winners of the 2021 Audi Ajax Cup.
Unbelievable right there.
Welcome back to CTV Sports. I'm Dale Schwetz with Santiago Tocolino, and we are live here at the CTV studios, and we're at the Grand Champions Polo Club, field number 2 for the second half of the final of the 2023 World Polo League Founders Cup. At the moment, 8-5, Audi in the black jerseys. Mark Ganzi, Hector Casanola, Nick Rodan, and Fred Mannix are a 26-goal team. Ganzi on 1, Casanola on 10 goals, Nick on 8, and Mannix on 7. A very strong team in the dark jerseys. They were 4-0. They won every game. And both of these teams were the leaders in the bracket system. Now, remember, we had 2 brackets, brackets of 4. They played within their brackets. And then after that, to bracket play, the 2 highest teams advanced to the semifinals, and then they played a cross bracket where number 1 played against number 2 and vice versa. And that's how you get your 2 teams here in the finals. Now, we do have the 2-point conversion in line here, and I'm going to talk to Santiago a little bit more about that during our courtesy change. But we have a 2-point conversion. Remember, if you were to score, wow, Nick Rodan is going to get one here on the give and go. Let's check the replay. We'll talk more about the 2-point conversion in the middle. Back shot from Hector. We've seen this all day. And here we go, Nick. Boom. What do you think, Santi?
we saw at the end of the third chapter and the first of the fourth that the Audi team is more with the ball. They have more possession. They are dominating the plays, and now it's a difference by 4.
Yeah, they have been dominating. That's the perfect word. They've been getting the ball and moving the ball more, I think, Santi, than in the first chucker. It was a little cluster, a little close in the first chucker.
It should be as the boxers the first round. No, they were seeing and trying to see what the play is better for what to do, and now they have more space to play.
Yeah, good analogy using boxing. I've never heard that before in polo, but it actually works well. Yeah, because they were kind of jostling each other just to see where they're going. It's a good comparison. Wow, Nick out of the air, back and forth around the corner by Lucas, and that's our Richard Mille team. If you are joining us with Patricio Meyer, he's filling in for Gilberto Sao, and we give a big shout out to Gilberto. Hope he's better. Lucas James is filling in for Alejandro Naviza Estrada. As we get a whistle in here, let's see where it goes. Right there, too far in front of the saddle. So you're going to get a ride-off on an uneven ride-off in the front, and they'll drop that ball at the penalty 2. Gonzalito Perez and Pablo McDonough, they're the only 2 original players that started the Founders Cup with Richard Mille. So we a big shout-out again to Gilberto and Alejandro. We hope they're better. Penalty 2, open goal. Pretty easy call here, Santi. Just too far in front. Not really even. We got to be even on the ride-offs. You have one player coming from right to left there, pushing in front of the saddle. Gonzalito Piedras with the open goal, penalty 2. And Gonzo will get his second of the day. Here, third in the game, and he's 2 in the from the field from the penalty line. Pablo and Gonzalito switching off on the penalty shots. And remember the 2-point conversion, I said the ball must be behind the center line when you shoot the ball. And if you do shoot the ball, and it can be during play or during the penalty shot, then you will receive 2 points. And it is a tournament condition that the tournament committee approved for the Founders Cup. How do we feel about that? You like the 2-point conversion?
It's really good and fun, and also it makes you hit the ball, and I think that when they hit the ball, you see better plays.
Yeah, when you open it up. I like to see one around like the 100 or 120-yard line, like a line just a little closer, Santi, because you really got to hit one perfect from 150, but you guys hit them on 120 all day long, You see, might open it up. We'll see what the tournament committee decides to do in the future, but it's been a great first time doing it here in the World Polo League. So, Nick. Big ball by Roldan. That ball's going to go down the corner. And look at this. Who's got the horsepower? Here comes Mark Ganzi. And Mark on a flyer. And what a play there by Ganzi. Patricio's going to get there. Meyer, they come together. Heta slows it down. Trying to move the ball here. Look at he's walking backwards. Now you come together. Reaches out. They're going to have to use it here somewhere. They're going to call for delay game and bounces off a pony. Who's Mark riding there, Santi? You got a list of...
Mark is riding a Gramon.
Gramon. So Gramon is very fast.
Sí, very fast, Gramon. Sí, very fast.
You keep an eye on that one now, Santi.
Sí.
That's going to take us to our Kersey change. What do we got? You got a list on the second horses they're playing in the fourth?
Yes, Mark Gansis on Machitos Moria, Nick Roland Rosette, Jeta Castañola, Catwoman, and Freddie Mannix Eficiente.
Yeah.
And then we have in Patricio Mayor y Nenita Baterista, Open Cuyana Gonzalito Pieres, Pablo McDonough y Nenita Cookie, and Lucas James, Machito Gal Costa.
And Ernita is Pablo's breed, right?
Ernita is Pablo's.
Can you go through some of those for us and tell me which ones are which? We talked about Mochichos. That's
Mariano
Getty. Yep.
Yes.
And then you got Malapata Tinta.
Malapata, I think, is from Horacito Egui.
Heggie, yeah, Horacio Heggie. And then Open.
Open is from Elertina.
Right.
Y Ernita is, again, from Pablo McDonough.
Yeah, Mojitas.
And Alberta is from Freddie Mannix.
Oh, Alberta.
Sí.
Okay. Oh, yeah, okay. Right.
Nice
Alberta, yeah, like from Alberta, Canada.
They are making really good products.
Good. That's good. And Pite?
You have Pite hypothesis that it's from Pitemeros also. We have a lot of guys making very good horses, a lot of guys.
Yeah, no, it's been so interesting to see how that has changed the game. I got to tell you, Santiago, I've been very impressed with that because back in the day when I played, it was all American thoroughbreds coming off the track. You know, we had a few breeding operations, but not like, oh, wow. So this is a good time to tell people when you do come to it. Oh, there you go. She's going to throw the ball back out there. So you're going to take a look at this one. I don't know if the umpire knows it. I'm sure, they're going to go ahead and tell him it's there. But if you do come to a game, make sure you keep your head on a swivel. As Santiago and I were pointing out there, the ball will leave the field, as it does in a baseball game when a foul hit goes out into the stands. So you just need to be careful. Keep your head on a swivel. The players do not try to hit the ball off the field, but sometimes it does. And when it does, it comes at a good 80 to 100 miles an hour. So be careful. Fred Mannix running through, and this is what Santiago said, and he's going to drive this one just to the right. But exactly what you were talking about, Tocolino, he's running and gunning at the number. He's run through about 4 times now since you mentioned that. And it's been very positive.
They sent a really good pass for Freddie, and Freddie hit it from long distance. He has a great distance and also a good direction to hit the ball.
Yeah, power polo player, we call him. I'm good friends with Freddie. I grew up with him playing polo with him, and he's done an amazing job. Big shout out to his father, Fred Mannix Sr., and his brothers, everybody, Julio Zavaleta, the whole crew. Love the Mannixes and everything they do. And, of course, from Alberta, Canada, as Santi was talking about their breed, and they're doing a great job. Congratulations. Fred on the back shot. He's got the give and go. And look at this. Nick Roldan going forward. Nick's got Hetta in the rumble seat. That's going to work. Mark Gansey on the gray pony. Look at Nick, though. Nice play. Oh, the give and go. Down to Mark. Oh, he can't get there. Roldan turned out cleanly and taken out hot by Ganza. He'll try to move it along. He leaves it for Pablo. That was a nice little play. Drops it back for him. Good rotation here, though, by Audi. Audi working very hard, everybody, to get in position. Back to the center we go, and it'll be controlled here by number 3. Now, trying to keep it moving. Mannix gets in there. He'll go with the fake pump. Leaves it for Hetta. And you're probably going to get the high flag.
You don't see many times that he makes the goal there. He plays very good with the ball.
Yeah, I mean this is good unselfish pole. Look at Freddie, hits the ground nicely, leaves it. He knows that Hetta has already been there and observed the area, so he knew exactly where to hit that ball. He knew to get it one little tap to get in between 2 horses. Let me ask you something, Santi. Yeah, I've noticed on a lot of players, you guys hitting the ball, especially from in here at the CTV studios, that sometimes when there's another horse nearby, you guys use that horse as a guide, the closest player. Will you use that when you're shooting at goal? If you hit just to the left of them, the ball's going to go in because you can see where the player that's in front of you blocking it.
As you say, the important thing is there is if one can block the other guy, so you're going to... The important thing is not to hit the horse.
Right.
Then if you make it, it is a better play. Pero they did a great job in front of Hetta, so he can hit a clean shot.
Very cool. So that's going to go ahead and take us to our end of our 4 chuckers. So stay with us. We'll be right back here on CTV Sports.
The World Polo League, a new breed of polo.
Hi, I'm Tomacho Pérez.
Hello, I'm Nacho Figueras.
Hello, I'm Martín Muñoz.
I'm Gonzalito Pérez.
I'm Alejandro Novillo Estrada.
Hello, I'm Nacho Novillo Estrada. I made goals and here back in Aspen.
Here we are back at the Grand Champions Polo Club field number 2 for the finals of the World Polo League Founders Cup 2023. And at the moment, Audi on fire with a 10-6, up by 4 goals. But a lot of time left in this game here, and we haven't seen. Remember, Richard Mille had a couple players fill in with Lucas James. Lucas played in the semi, but also with Patricia Meyer here, and he's been doing a great job. He's keeping Mark under control. Actually, Gansey, he was very hot at the beginning. He scored 3 open goal penalties, and then he had one. And look at this. They're going to come right out of the box and score the first goal here. So Gonzalito Pieta is slowing it down. Great job. Look at this. Good job by Patricio Meyer to keep out Heta Castanola. That was a great job, and that gave time for Gonzalito.
It's really important for the Richard Mille to stay close in the scoreboard in this chukar. If they can keep close, we'll see an even match at the end.
Yeah, you got it. They don't want to give too much of a lead here in the fifth. Fifth chucker action as it banks down the board, and this is as close as it's been all day. It was 3-2 after the first chucker, as Heta's going to win that ride-off. Then it was 5-4, and then 8-5 at halftime. So they've got it right there where they want it. If they can get a few goals here, they'll be right back in the mix, and everybody mounted up here in the fifth chucker. On the run on the far side, picked up, taken by Pablo. Nicky's going to get a P. Ooh, they come together right there, and whoa.
Sorry. I didn't see the guy coming from the center. I thought they were going to cry.
You know, it was amazing. Look at it. He almost hit the drone. See the ball? And then right here, whoa, they come together. And that's what Santi was. You imagine if you're out there running. You know how it is, Santi. You play the game. So we're going to go ahead because of the contact, Santi. You can trigger this play. So the umpires can look at this play at all the angles. And this is the reason why, of course, because we have so many different things that could have happened here. Which player had the lesser angle? They can watch the drone. They can watch the center cam. Sometimes they use the end zone cam because it gives you a better look.
If we can see, if they can show it in the end zone, it's better, no? Or if the umpires can see it in the end zone, it's better.
Yeah, so that's what it is. Our umpire,
because Gonzalito hit it a little to the right, and Nick was on the left.
Mm-hmm.
But I think he hit it not from goal to goal. Lucas was coming from goal to goal.
You got it.
From what I see here, it could be that way.
Yeah, well, that's what they'll do. Our instant replay official, he's working with in your city. He's in the studios with us here in Santiago, so he can see what goes on around us. And we have everyone working on that, showing him all the different angles. He'll take the best angle, use all those angles to determine which call he should go with. And it's very important to have all those angles, and that's why we do have the end zone cameras and the drone, and, of course, our center cam. They all give different looks. Now, at this time, both teams still have challenges, so they could challenge out. But this is probably a trigger anyways. They won't need a challenge here because the umpires will trigger this one based on the contact between two four-legged athletes, two horses coming together. And then they'll determine which player created the danger, and maybe it's even Steven. I mean, you never know.
The only thing I don't like, let's see what they do. They're gonna send a throw in. It's two guys in full speed, and they almost got down. So somebody was wrong.
You know what? And I'm gonna listen. I've heard this conversation. I mean, you're not the first person to say that conversation. That sometimes that something was so hard that it was, but we'll both be able to see and figure out what they did. I mean, we get back to you on that, on how they determined it. But they go with the bowling, so they're going to say, they weren't 100% sure, or we'll check out exactly. Hit on the near side. Are you kidding me? Oh!
This kid is amazing, eh?
That'll make you chuckle now. Look at this. He's about 2 yards from the end line.
It was easy.
Yeah, and luckily Mark was there to give Meyer a ride off.
What a goal.
Does he play golf?
I think so.
Yeah, that's a great golf shot, huh?
Great.
I know the Pierres has played golf. I'll have to
Like
talk
a putter,
about.
no?
Yeah, unbelievable. And then he was there to touch the ball.
He was close to the line, no? To the end
He was
line.
only about a yard and a half, Santi, maybe 2 yards. He's only shooting at like 6 inches a goal.
It's really fun to watch him play.
Yeah, you got it. He's a very exciting player. I enjoyed it too. Enjoyed watching him play and enjoy umpiring against him and Barto. All of them, the whole family is. I played a lot with Lolo back in the day and against Lolo, is their father. And right here they come together, and then Mark is going to look around the Cobra saying, can he do that? And I think they're going to ride and see what they decide to call on this one, 11-7.
Mark went a little behind the Pablo swing, no?
Yeah.
He didn't mean to, but he was in the play.
Yeah. Well, they're wondering, I think what they might be asking is if he's allowed to make the swing. I don't know if he touched him or not, Santi. You know, if he had tapped him with the mallet or not. But that's... See, I think that's what he's probably talking about. Probably asking him, hey, I was there, but does he have to hit me? Does he have to touch me with the mask? See? Yeah. What's he's got a point. He got a little point there, you know what I mean? To say, hey, I'm there if I'm already there. But in a very tight game, they're going to go ahead. And I think if right now, what you're seeing some changing of the horses here now, Santi. Well, before the Kersey change. So we actually have some of the players using their own changing. I know Richard Mille did do that in the semifinal. They used the Kersey change, but they changed a lot on their own. Okay, Gonzalito with the open goal penalty 3 here. And Gonza is dialed in. Now remember, Pablo had missed one in the semi, so they were talking about it. And Gonzalito making his third one. And look at this. Still keeping that 3-goal lead. And he'll come back to the center. They're going to be pressing here, pushing up on Gaston Dorniak. Gaston says, guys, let's back it up a little bit. And now he'll give it back to him. And that one's going to go all the way through. And here comes, look at Audi coming out hard. Mannix will leave it for Mark. Cobra's going to drag it in, and Freddie goes over to pick up Lucas James. Mark into the corner now. Nice little play off the boards. Pablo gets involved. Bad luck there as it kicks off the pony. Lucas backs it up into a pony. They got Heta going forward. 2-on-1 here. Shot on goal by Nick Rodan. Can Heta get there? And Heta says, let's clean it up, guys. So Heta's going to drag it into the corner and regroup. And I like that. I didn't think he had too good of a shot there. Well, he just made one from the end line, so who knows. Here we go, though. Still looking for position. Now here comes, get ready for Heta. Turning it around the corner. Keep it out in front of here. I like the non-call. No reason for a whistle there on the turn. He's way out in front of everybody. Shot on goal by Castagnoli. Bounces off a pony. Backed up cleanly. Grabbed by the Cobra. Mark hooked in there and taken out by Lucas James. Lucas, and then finally a whistle on the play. And that will bring us to our courtesy change. So, open chucker here. Let's see if it bounces around like a pinball machine in there. Yeah, that was a pretty easy call.
It's an easy call.
We say in America, Lucas got caught with his hand in the cookie jar. It's like when one of your kids, Santi's, taking a cookie without you saying yes. That was not a hard call there. That ball's coming across the center. It looks like the Cobra and Nick, who play a lot of polo together, they having a discussion there. So maybe Mark a little fired up by that one play. He'll get him right, and they'll keep coming because he's a big part of the game. Want to keep everybody nice and cool right now, right? Stay in control. Is a Mark going to take the penalty shot. Open goal penalty 2. And look at the Cobra. Still dialed in. That'll be his 4th of the day. And that puts Mark right back on in line. And it'll be, he'll change over. Do a good shot of Mark changing horses there. And do they have who he's changing on in the 5th here? Is he on Maestra? No? Maestra, I believe, right? Is it you got there?
Marganzi Maestra.
Yeah, Maestra. So Maestra, Mark's going to change on too. We'll keep an eye on her. You see any horses in there? The other ones that you favor or breeds? There's Santi that you like to point out?
No, bueno, of the breeding?
Yeah, because
No,
I know
we
we're talking about it. We'll talk about it when we have our next courtesy change.
Sí.
You had a great point that I want to bring up with Santi, because he really loves that we go through the horses here on our broadcast. Now, not just for showcasing the horses, but also the breeders and also their mothers and fathers. And that was a big point that Santi brought up to me, but we were when we were off screen. So if we get a little time here, I'll have Santi review it again for you, how important it is. And that's what the game's about. There you go, 244 in the back there as they keep it moving down the road, and it's going to be picked up here now by Pablo. McDonough on the liver chestnut. Pushes it down. Love that color of a horse. On the far side, Heta. He's got his stick on right now. Good pickup over Freddie. Can he keep it on the field? Yes, he does. Into the corner they go. As it looked like it might have rolled off for a penalty 6, and now Gonzalito takes it downfield about 20 yards, puts it back to the center, and Nick's going to change the field. And here comes Audi. Good play here by Gonzalito, though. Pierres steals it away. Big ball by Mannix, who's got the horsepower. Nick and Pablo come together. McDonough is that ball. As they come across it, you get a whistle on the play. It looked like Nick and Pablo came together there. And we'll check this one. Here they come right here. That ball's going up and down the field. And it's still going up and down the field. And, yeah, lesser angle there. Going to go to Heta. So they'll just catch Pablo on a little turn. Well, you be careful of these. I guess they might be checking. They'll check, make sure. I mean, it could be a little bit of a little chim. You might get a challenge here. It could be a little kind of bounce off a pony, huh?
The ball went a little to the right, but I think that Pablo was on the left and Heta was behind. So could be a foul.
Yeah,
really.
you know, it's an interesting one, though, because when he gets kicked off, does Pablo have the right of way? You know?
Sí.
And so they are going to challenge the call. And when they challenge the call here, and they're going to go ahead and they're going to lose their challenge. So that's brings it back out on the field here. And so now different than the first half. Richard Mills going to lose their challenge first. Audi still has a challenge, which could be very important here in the 6 chucker. And
this penalty is really important. If they can score, they're going to put up by 5. 1 minute and a half remaining.
Big deal, huh?
Big deal. See, both sides.
Okay, so now Santi, because we had a 4 on that play, because from the center went to a 4, we had a technical foul for hitting the ball after the whistle. So they're going to have an open goal penalty 3. And look at the Cobra. Wow. Mark Ganzi, sensational from the penalty line. You just can't say enough about it. I know if you're playing your teammates like that, you feel good when you got guys shooting well like that, huh?
It's really important to have a very good shooter and in these important moments to make the goal so you can keep up the difference and you can, the other team, now it's like by 5, it's hard, but we'll see how they do.
Yeah, no, we still have time. No, like you said, I'm a true believer. I've been in a couple games over the years myself, Santi, down by 6 goals with 6 minutes left and 1. So anything can happen in a polo game. Here comes Lucas James. Lucas, nice ball control here, keeping it behind Nick, and Nick is going to keep, Nicky. Oh, and he almost gets it done. I think he's going to be clean there. They're going to call foul him on the other side.
See, one guy hitting from the right and the other from the left, so it should be a foul for the blue team.
I love the control here by Lucas, so he kept it right in the right spot, moving the ball nicely. And right here, and then they're come across. So nice try here by Team Audi. They might call a 1 here.
Yeah.
And this could be a big play. Yeah, it should be a 1. I agree with you.
They have to try to score the 2 goals now.
Yeah,
If
now.
they can score, it's a good comeback. eh?
Yeah, then you love it. Now,
At least they can try.
yeah, and that'll be the first time we've seen the 2-point conversion scored the whole tournament.
See, I didn't see one.
Yeah, we haven't seen one. Well, Heta hit one from about 130 on the other side of the line, Santi, and he hit it 20 yards past, which would have made it, but it wasn't a 2-pointer. But he had the distance. I thought you were going to get one.
I tried.
I was betting. I was betting on you, man.
Last year I scored 1 or 2, but
I know.
this year I think I have to eat more.
Yeah, right. I was betting for you, man. I said I've seen him do it. Look at Pablo's going to go for it, and I love that he goes for it.
Pablo can hit really. Yeah.
Wow.
He can hit really, really hard the ball, Pablo. So.
It's interesting, though. Because you don't see him do it that much. But yesterday, I was in their semifinal game umpiring, he didn't want to go for the. He said he wanted to control the ball, but maybe
but now this is the moment to try it.
Sure, big point. Change your game, right?
You see,
change your game as you need to. And so I like this attempt by Pablo McDonough, and well hit. It went 152 yards. That's all he needed. All right, big ball on the outside. We're going to click down to our final 30 seconds of the fifth chukker. And it has been flowing here since the fourth. Santiago called it. He said, let's play some open polo. And they went right to being playing open. Turned in here by Gonzalito. They got Fred's got to give one play. 17 seconds. Still has time here. Gonza looking for somebody downfield. Stolen away by Heta. They leave it for Gonzalito. He still has time. Mannix is going to back one up. Loose ball play for Heta. He might be able to gain a few more yards. I think the horn's going to blow right. The whistle's going to blow right there. So you're going to probably have a bowl in right around center field. So here we go. Stay with us for our sixth and final chukker. This has been a good one. We're going to get everybody on some fresh four-legged athletes. And Santiago Tocolino and myself are going to be right back here on CTV Sports. Welcome back to CTV Sports. I'm Dale Schwetz with Santiago Tocolino. And look at that shot, Santi, of the drone. Beautiful shot of Field 1 and Field 2 here at the amazing Grand Champions Polo Club. As the sun sets in the west, who will carry the Founders Cup trophy home? And at the moment, 13-9 And it has been a tough game. A lot of hard write-offs today, Santi. Clean, but hard.
See, at the beginning we saw that it was a little more like with more fouls. Now it was more open. And now could be a little more with fouls. So we'll see how they do. But they have to try to say this play, perhaps you can avoid it because he's close to the boards backwards. So he's not going to score from there.
You got it. Tough. Now, he does have the opportunity for the two-pointer here. But I think they'll move this ball. Yeah, he's gonna go ahead. I guess will at least move it to the center.
Yeah, they're gonna give the chance to hit it from 2 points.
Yeah, right on, which is awesome. And sometimes you'll see that ball get moved there just because of the uneven write-off for a 4.
Exactly. So that could be a 4, huh?
Yeah, I mean it could be. Sometimes you see we'll move those because of the hard hit, the danger. And but they said this side, like you said, maybe just because they're stuck on the boards over there, but they are going to move to center at least. So they're going to give them the opportunity here at the 2. Let's see if Pablo can drive one. Down the center, and it's going to work. He's going to find Gonzalito. Look at this, and there you go. Doesn't count for 2, but 1 is good right now.
1 at a time.
One at a time. You said it, Santi. You got to score 1 at a time. And this looks like a nice little set play by Gonzalito and Pablo. And as Santi was telling us earlier today, Tocolino, they've known each other all their lives, these two guys, and they played a lot of pole together and against each other. So they know each other. Well done there by Patricio Meyer getting involved, taking the mallet away from Heta. And that gave Pablo an opportunity to try to take it away. Gonzalito, he'll pick it up. Leave it behind, now turns it. Mark says, I'm going to get out of the way here, the Cobra. And at the moment, Richard Mille working it down, looking to try to get it within 2 goals here. Look at this, they're going to get an opportunity. Hard ride off there by Roldan, and that ball's going to carry through. So look at this, Santiago, Tocolino, we got a different ball game on our hands. What a match. Tries to get there. I like the non-call. Freddie was just a little bit late. Nick almost had a chance to save it.
Safety.
And you got to get a safety. So he did get it out of there. I wasn't sure if it went through or not. And you will get a penalty 6. So now.
This penalty is really important for Richard Mille. If they can put 2 down by 60 minutes remaining, it is really important.
Yeah. I mean, just the amount of the allotment of time. I mean, even with 3 goals down, they're still fine with 6. But just the energy, the positive, it takes a little pressure off you, and especially with that first goal there by Gonzalito. Put that one away. That's Gonzalito's 6th goal of the day. They've mixed it up well today. And Meyer has done a great job filling in. Patricio, well done. He's done his job, yes. Oh, wow, that's K. Golazo. And we got a beautiful penalty 6 here by Pablo McDonough, raising the level. And look at this. Richard Mille has turned this game into an amazing match. Now down by 2 goals with over 5.5 minutes left. This is anybody's ball game, anybody's polo match. Big loose ball play. Gonzalito's got the horsepower. Can he stay out in front of Freddie Mannix? Freddie coming in hot. Gonza. And
See, he went out from the throw-in really quick. Pablo hit a great back shot. And now we see the speed and the place we wanted to.
3 goals in 2 minutes, Santiago. They scored 3 goals in 2 minutes.
That's why this sport is really, really nice. You don't win it until you win it.
You got it. So what a comeback here by the Richard Mille team. Give another one to Gonza, and we got a 1-goal difference. Big play here. Every possession is huge. Mark Ganzi's going to win this one. Cobra comes out, takes it forward. Come together there, and he gets the back shot off, so no need for the whistle. Look at Gonzalito, thought he might have been a little close, but he wasn't at the end. And now the ride off by Lucas James. Lucas, he'll slow it down. Lucas trying to pick it. Lucas. James on the bald-faced pony. Takes this one forward, offside, near side, just keeps it moving, and that's what they wanted. Now, oh, look at this. Meyer's going to get his chance as Patricio. Shot on goal by Patricio Meyer. Maybe get one here early for the equalizer. Patricio Meyer. And the high flag is Patricio Meyer. Gets his first shot on goal. And what a polo play by the whole team.
What a play. What a six-shacker from Richard Mille. They came back, and as we expected to be this match as even as we thought.
Very nice play here, and what a nice touch by Patricio Meyer. The black bear does everything for him, but I love Lucas James working it out of the corner, leaving it for McDonough, Pablo, or Gonzo, one of them. Pablo, perfect pass.
He hit it like 120 yards pass.
So now they're switching the horses up on us 100%. I mean, we might have some in there. Do you have some in there on the six chucker that they're going to ride the second time?
Sí, we have Pablo McDonough, Iranita Libanela, and Iranita Rodesio.
Okay.
I think he's going to be in Iranita Rodesio. He started in Libanela.
Okay.
In the other team, we have Jeta should be on Galera, Alberta Wasabi for Fred Mannix, and Afghana for Nick Roldan.
Yeah. Alberta Wasabi. Should be interesting. She must be a good one.
Sí.
They're calling her Wasabi. She's
a spicy one.
She's a spicy one, exactly. Tell me a little bit about you're talking about how it's interesting to the breeders too because of the moms and fathers.
Yeah, the good thing about nowadays is if when you breed or when you buy or when you sell, you can see who's the father, when was it the date of birth, and who's the mother. So it's a great to see the origins of the horse. And
right.
First with the thoroughbreds, you had it, but then when they mix, it's not that easy to know, you know?
Yeah, no, you mentioned it, and that made a lot of sense because we know all that with the race horses, but now with polo ponies, and now it's getting to that level.
It's a little mix now.
Yeah, that level. So it's a lot of information. We appreciate that so much, Santi, on all that info on the horses. Thank you all day. Here we go. And this is when it all comes down to it. Forget about everything else you saw earlier because it's 13-13 with almost a half a chucker left. So who will win it? They're all on great horses here, so it's going to be interesting. Backed up cleanly by Pablo, and we get a whistle on the play. And look they are not going to be able to challenge here as the Richard team has lost their challenge earlier. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and break this one down. Here comes the ball this way. And then it's going to come over here on the shot watch. Keep an eye on it. He takes it in, bounces it in. And then he gets over here in the corner as it comes over here. And then right there, here comes that. He's going to spin around like this, go back this way. Then he puts it back in here, and the ball's going in here. And then they back it. Now, did that ball go past McDonough's boot? And that would be the call. Oh, in the first one of the day. So interesting. So I like the call here on the inside because I don't think that ball passed Pablo's boot far enough. You know, when Heta took it back inside, he has to clear out.
Yeah.
But they dodge a bullet here on, first penalty of the day. Missed. So 13-13, it'll stay, and we're going to click down about 3 minutes. Here we go. On the move, picked up here and take it forward. They try to reach back to Patricio, too far behind him. Take it down inside, a little too perfect pass for Pablo. Heta was trying to get there. McDonough now. Pablo out of the air. That's perfect pass. If he get to Lucas James slows it down. Lucas with the shot on goal. And they come together. And here we go. Did it come in? Did it go out? Everybody ducking down. We got some players changing horses. Let's go ahead. Let's slow this one down. He's coming in here. Here comes Lucas this way. Then it's going this way. And then both mallets are going that way and that way. They're just coming together with all kinds of mallets. which player was allowed to hit that ball, Santi?
It's a difficult one.
It's a difficult one.
I like my position. I'm not the referee.
You got it. You know what I mean? I think that ball must have been on Nick's side more, so Lucas is reaching, yeah. But I like the way Lucas's travel went there. I thought he might shoot it a bit earlier, huh?
See, because there was people in front. So sometimes when you're in that position, if you hit it and then you miss, you say, oh, I could take it.
Right.
And then if you take it and you miss, you say, well, I could hit it.
You should have gone a little further. Yeah, so you're going a little bit further, try for the little open back shot.
See.
All right, so penalty 5A, that stops the action. And the Audi went and changed. I think everybody changed a few horses up here. And it's going to be picked up now by Heta, 13-13. Heta just trying to get loose here. Look, Nick's going to go forward, so they're going to change it. Let's see if Heta drives one. There it is. The lofted shot there, more like a lob wedge. In golf, Nick wins the ride-off. And Pablo gets a little ride-off there from Freddie. Well done, Freddie Mannix. And then Freddie's going to turn back onto the line.
Now there's many fouls.
Yeah, as you said, get a little scrappy, huh? Bounces off a player. And it looked like he came off the boards there and looked like maybe Gonzalito had the lesser. So they're going to go ahead and draw down. They might check it here. Look like Lucas is going to. We have a timeout for a horse. And Audi still has a challenge. I don't know if they'll use it here or if they won't. They might use it. How important those challenges can be at the end of the game if you need them. I know they're looking at everything right now. As we had a timeout for Lucas James, and I think everybody's going to take advantage of this opportunity and maybe jump on a fresh horse. Santiago's getting an opportunity to look at some of the replays here next to me.
See,
you have any look there, Santi?
It's as I told you in the first chapter, if they're going to blow these kind of plays, there were going to be many fouls.
Right.
But I think in the more or less in the center of the match or in the middle of the match, we saw great plays, great runs, and the comeback of Richard Mille was amazing.
Yeah.
No, now they're really even.
No, it looked like Audi was just going to run away with it again, like they've done in a lot of their games. We talked about that at the beginning. Santiago and I were talking about it. I mean, this team. Well, 13 goals, I call the magic number, Santi. If your team, Memo Gracita used to say, if your team scores 13 goals, your offense is working well. Okay, anything above there, you're working awesome. But, that's what you want to shoot for. You see that magic number a lot in the game of polo, the number 13. And when you're scoring 13 to 15 goals in every game, your offense is working well. Richard Mille has won a lot of games by 1 or 2 goals, but they've been down in the 8 or 9 or 10 area.
Okay.
And today, they have turned up the heat, as we say. And so they're taking a good look at this one. I guess they must have went ahead and used a challenge. Oh, no, they didn't go. No. So there we go. They did not. No, they went with the foul. So no challenge. Just our IRO and everyone taking a good look at it, Santi, just to be sure, just to make sure if they need any help. So Audi still retains a challenge here if they need it here in the last minute and a half. Gonzalito on the move. Nicky going hard. Gonza fired up. Gonza's going to shoot one into the corner. Lucas gets a piece of it, but it'll bounce off of one of the four-legged athletes there and just roll over the end line, and we're going to get this is a huge possession, huh, Santi, right now? You get control of the ball here with about a minute left.
See, this is the play.
Yeah, this is when Audi needs to go ahead and finish. See if they could get a positive possession, a true coast-to-coast, looking for the butter and toast. Oh, they come together there, and whistle on the play. So Gonzalito's going to get called here for coming from the center of the field. Let's take a look at it up on the left side there. You see how Nick's coming like this, and then Gonza comes over that way. So that's what they're calling, is they're going to say Nick was in range for that. And remember, there's no challenges for Richard Mille.
Now they have the opportunity to close the match.
Well, here's the problem here. What Pablo's got to watch out for is he's got to be careful of a technical.
Sí.
You don't want to give the open goal, you know?
No, it's really important to, bueno, now they have a form. So,
yeah,
so
to stay tranquilo.
Exactly.
It's better, you know?
Sí, it is.
I mean, maybe don't give them even though they missed a 3.
Exactly.
You know, don't.
Penalties are tough and these are kind of moments, pero sí, they have to be patient now.
Yeah. You got to be patient now. And I know it can be tough sometimes. The adrenaline's flowing and big energy out there. A lot of people don't realize that Santiago, being on a 600-pound animal with all that energy, too, how much it generates through your body.
It's something amazing.
Yeah.
Once you go on top of the horse and you start running, hitting the bouncy balls, it's amazing. It's a feeling like, you feel it when you're on top. It's impossible to describe it.
No, I agree with you. You have to go and do it. You have to go and get involved in it. You know, I see it in your eyes just sitting next to you. And I understand I got to play well a lot, and I agree with you 100%. You need to go do it. And here we go. Heta, well, you can say for the win, but at least for the advantage.
Outside.
Ooh, wide to the left. So they're going to dodge a bullet here. Audi missing 2 penalties in the 6th chucker. And Santiago, we were talking about that, Santiago and I, about how important they are. And they were very good. They were 100% up to that point. Here we go. Final run. And let's see if Pablo go off the stick there. But he's got Gonza in the rumble seat. And now Gonzalito. Do they work it all the way down, or do they just try to go to OT and try to get it downfield? We'll see. Gonzalito down the center here. Pablo's going to meet this ball. He's going to back it up clean. Ooh, he had Lucas by himself. Lucas comes flying across, and now we get a whistle on the play. Maybe time ran out. So time runs out. And here we are, 13-13. We're going to send everybody off. We're going to have a 5-minute break, so get yourself a snack. We'll be back here on CTV Sports. That's where we give the players and the horses so they can get lined out here. And, Santiago Togolino and myself, we are going to get everybody on some fresh horses. And when we return, we'll have a bowl-in. I don't believe there was a foul there. I think time ran out. We'll have a bowl-in right down there around the 100-yard line. Should be amazing. Sudden death overtime. First team to win, to score wins. Stay with us. We'll be back after this commercial break.
This is a championship meet. All the best jockeys in the world are here, and I'm excited to ride against them.
We back.
And you get to watch some really incredible, talented athletes out there.
To us, it's a place to be in the winter.
I love Gulfstream Park because of the racing.
The palm trees, the beaches right here. The horse racing is some of the best in the country.
A lot of good horses come out of here. If you want to go to the next level, Gulfstream Park was the place to come.
I remember the first time I came to Gulfstream, it was like this big fairy tale place. All the history. And all these great horses, trainers, jockeys. It was everything that I ever dreamed of.
My name is Augustine Malman. I am a chef. I trained with my uncle in Argentina in several restaurants, and now I travel the world creating unique experiences, all cooked with fire. For this event, we came from California. My team and I had some previous events there, and we traveled with my wood oven trailer and all of our grills from Santa Barbara, California. Well, when we got here, we always arrive about a week prior to the event. There's several things that we order from out of town, like the firewood. We make reservations of all of the rental items, kitchen equipment, anything we need prior to our arrival is already reserved. And then once we arrive into town, we'll source out whatever products are on the menu, like fish, red meats, fruit, vegetable, anything that we need specifically for that menu that we chose. We will source it once we get in town. My team is everything. I mean, I always tell them and to my clients, without a good team, you can't execute these kind of dinners. It takes a lot more work than what people see when they show up to the events. It takes, like I said, I mean, sometimes weeks to prepare for an event like this because we're traveling from out of town, so we have to source everything we're not familiar with. The new barn is, I mean, we're here. This is the first dinner we're doing here, so we're very excited to be here. It's amazing. It's a great place to be, and it has this inner courtyard, which is amazing to do dinners, with a special area back here behind me to do all of our grilling and the fire showcase. So it's great to be here. It's a beautiful place. Very different being up in the mountains, but I mean, I feel with Melissa and Mark and all the events we do together, I mean, I feel like it's home. You know, we've been cooking for them for about 4 or 5 years now. But as far as showcasing what we want to showcase and being in an incredible place like Aspen Valley Polo Club, that's no difference to Wellington. I mean, it's a beautiful place up here. It's going to be a 4-course seated meal. As the first course, we have a halloumi cheese that we sear on our fire plancha with shrimp, pine nut gremolata sauce on top. The second course seated will be a roasted beetroot salad with goat cheese and arugula, lemon zest and olive oil. And then the main course tonight will be a mashed potato, sweet potato puree with skirt steak and chimichurri sauce. My name is Augustine Malman, and we are in Aspen Valley Polo Club, one of the most beautiful places to do an outdoor fire dinner experience.
Big energy ready to happen here as everybody back on the field so quickly. And we're going to wheelie polo for you today after this. And also remember, if you're a young junior to play, welcome back. It is. You're going to have, remember, we're going to have wheelie polo also after our trophy presentation today. And that brings me to the thought is also, if you are a young player, because we have kids polo once a week at the Santarita Polo Farm. It's every Wednesday. So if you're a junior, you have kids that you want to play, you know, you can get in touch with our Director of Operations, General Manager Cale Newman. You go to gcpolo.com, or Juan Bellini, our Director of Operations. All their phone numbers are on there, and you can get your children involved if they have kids polo every Wednesday. And they're all out there. We're also going to have wheelie polo today, which will happen after our trophy presentation. But let's set the stage right here. I got Santiago Togolino in the house with me today. We have 7 chuckers. We're going overtime here, Santi. We had a foul at the end of the 6th chucker, and we are going to start with a penalty 5B, which means if whoever takes it, well, could make one from center. They only need one to win, but it would be kind of cool to see a 2-pointer, the only 2-pointer in the Founders Cup scored on the last shot of the game.
It could be really interesting if they hit it. We'll see, but see for sure it was a great match, and it's going to decide one play.
Yeah, the problem is do you go for the 2 or go with a set play, a shorter play? Because if you have possession here, this is a big play. What do you think? I mean, what would your idea? If you have a center hit here, so you have possession of the ball. What kind of play do you think you guys might do?
I think that if you're on Geta's boots, I think they're gonna take it. Because he managed the ball very, very good.
Yeah,
could be also a good option to hit it, but then if you don't make it, you can lose the ball possession. So the possession of the ball. So we'll see. I don't think he's gonna hit.
Yeah,
honestly, being Jeta, no?
No,
Jeta.
but I agree, because the other day in my semifinal with Pablo McDonough, and when they were down, the ball was on the line, and it's got to be behind the line. And I said to Pablo, you got to put it behind. He said, Dale, I'm not going for two. I want to control the ball.
I want to control the ball.
Yeah, and let's see what happens. I think you're right. Good call, Santi. Here we go. Now he's going to go for it, though, and this ball's got eyes and legs. And look at this, right in front of goal. Right there, if anybody can get there. And there's a whistle on the play. Now, remember, both teams get challenges here, Santi. So look at this ball, how big this ball was hit. And let's see where they're at here. As here comes, he
could be a foul.
Could be a foul. I mean, it could be. I mean, but the way if you look and see where they came from, how it came down, Mark looked like, so we'll see, because you get a challenge here, so they're going to be able to challenge it. And look at it, but what a shot by Jeta. He tapped it like 10 yards and then went for it, so he just wanted an extra 10 yards.
See.
He was going for the goal, don't you think?
It's also good with this kind of players that they can hit really hard. If you get, as you said, the advantage of 10, 20 yards, then he's in range.
Sure.
So he can score easily.
That's
That's what he did.
I wouldn't mind seeing, like you said, a line that's like the 120.
But if you see the play, if Gonzalito, for example, hit near side or back shot, no mark there, Pablo was alone.
Yeah, Pablo was going.
Pablo was running alone.
And it's interesting there. They're going to look at the timing there, because the ball looks like it does drop down, and Mark
Mark was right behind, no?
Right behind.
Right behind.
Mark was right behind. Yeah, he definitely was. So. Gonza does come from the right to left.
Could be a good call.
Based on timing, yeah. Based on timing here. So they'll break it down. I mean, the whistle, I understand the whistle for sure. If I was on the field, I'd have to blow that in. You just got to count the strides and see everybody coming in, but you're right. If he goes there on maybe a near side back shot, Pablo's by himself. I guess he thought he had to think so. Yep, and it's going to stand. Foul against the blue. Yeah. So we will go ahead. Yeah, they're going to get the open goal here, and I mean Santiago. I got to agree with the IRO here, based on the way they've been calling the game today.
Based on that,
right?
You see.
Based on the consistency.
Exactly.
And that's one thing Santiago Tocolini was talking about, and there have been a lot of fouls today, and they've been calling them that way. Then that's the way he called them, and Gonza just kind of, I don't know if he thought he had enough room or not, but to me, Ganzi's dead on the right of way there.
Who's taking the hit?
It looks like Mark. He's going to make up for this. He makes up for the 3. And he is going to finish it. So there you go right there. As Mark Ganzi will regroup and grab the win. But Santi, 3-2 after the first, Audi. 5-4 after the second, Audi. 8-5 at halftime, Audi. 10-6 after the fourth, Audi. 13-9 after the fifth. 13-13, and here we go. Look at the stats. 14-13 at the end. Look at 21 shots by Audi, 18 by Richard Brown. Very even there. 7 on knock-in, 7-5. The Audi team missing the goal a few more times. So pretty even then across the board because of the 18 and the 21. Throw-ins, 17-1 by Audi. That's a lot of possessions, Santiago. You know you like to have those. Fouls committed, 11 by Richard Mill, 9 by Audi. So, not that bad, but just right there. Penalty scored, 7-5 by the Audi team, 7 and then 5 by Richard Mill, and they mix it up. 30s, 40s, and 60s. And, wow, what a game. That was a game. And so we're going to go ahead. And do you have any last words, anything to say about you felt about the game?
I would really like to thank you for the opportunity to be here.
Oh, you're lucky. Thank you for coming, right, man. Thank you, Santi. So much fun.
It was a great match. We saw at the beginning it was a little more together. And then when they found the spaces, we saw very good runs. And then the comeback of Richard Mille was amazing. And, at the end, could be decided by one team or the other. But it was a great match to watch.
Yeah, so that's a lot of fun. Amazing game. You said it early on. It was a bit of a battle. There's a lot of fouls, like Santi said. Then they opened it up in the fourth chucker, and it was gunning back and forth. And the score went like it. That's when Audi took over. And then they went ahead and they came back on a great comeback. Congratulations to Richard Mille coming back, as Santiago said. And then they finished there 14-13. So for Santiago Tocolino, now remember, we are going to go to a little commercial break. And then we're going to be back for our trophy presentation. And then stay with us because we're going to have the wheelie polo with the juniors playing tonight. And I'm going to get organized for that. But I'm going to say goodbye to Santiago Tocolino. Thank you, Santi.
Thank you very much.
True pleasure, man. A lot of fun being here with Santi. So for Santi Tocolino, I'm Dale Schwetz. And I speak for everyone here at CTV Sports. So I say thank you for making us leaders in polo broadcast.
All right, I'm here with Nick Roldan of Team Audi. You guys led the whole game and got a little scary there at the end. What happened in that sixth chucker?
To be honest, I don't know. It happened so quick, I don't even know. But I don't know. We just kind of got comfortable. Yeah, we were up sort of the whole game, and they scored 2 quick goals, and they came out really strong in that sixth chucker. We were a little bit soft. But look, at the end of the day, we won, and we're happy about that because we know we played well and we deserved it. So.
Now, in these high goal tournaments, especially the finals, do you guys go into like an extra gear, to get ready for this kind of a game?
I don't know with an extra gear. I mean, you play with the same gear all the time, but it's just maybe a little more focus. But even then, I mean, it's the same focus. We look at it as just another game, it just happens to be a final, and it's good to always be on the podium, and that was fun. It was fun to win. So yeah.
How do you guys carry this momentum going into the next tournament?
I mean, we just keep going, right? We just keep going. We got 2 more tournaments to go. So, again, a lot of good teams. So we'll see what happens. But the team feels good. Everyone's playing great. Cobra's, he's hitting great penalties, and he's been stretching the team. Freddie's been solid. Hita's, just an animal. And so it's a fun team to play with, and I'm excited. So I'm happy.
Congrats, Nick.
Thank you. Thanks.
Back to you guys in the studio.
of the American Polo. The second pony just getting her blanket. I can see that the American Polo Horse Association's blanket has already been put on that pony, so once all the players are here, we will get on with the prize presentation. Right then, ladies and gentlemen, apologies for the delay while everybody's in situ. Now, before we start, let's give both of these teams a big, big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much. The winners and the runners-up of the Founders Cup, the World Polo League Final 2023. So, without any further ado, I'd like to thank you very much that Cecilia Pieris and Mechi McDonough are going to be conducting the prize presentation. We're going to start with the three ponies of this tournament. Can I ask you, please, to bring the winner of the best playing pony of the Polo Argentina Open Saucer. Please step forward. She was ridden by Gonzalito Pierres in the second and in the sixth chukker. Please, if we could have Open Saucer. And a round of applause, please. Thank you very much. There she is, winning the best playing pony of the Polo Argentino, ridden by Gonzalito Pierres in the second and in the sixth chukker. Thank you very much indeed. Moving on then, we have two more ponies. If I could next ask to please bring forward the best playing pony of the American Polo Horse Association, of course set up by the late great Sonny Hale. Please, can we have Catwoman, ridden by Heta Castagnola. She was ridden in the second, the fourth, And in the 7th chucker, ladies and gentlemen, here she comes, ridden by Castagnola Heta, Catwoman. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause. The winner of the best playing pony of the American Polo Horse Association, Catwoman. There she is. And, of course, the very proud man who rode her, Heta Castagnola. Now, as you know, all good things come in threes. And, of course, we have a best playing pony of the World Polo League. Can I ask you to welcome, please, center stage, Irinita Pizza. Please bring her forward. She was ridden by Pablo McDonough in the 3rd and the 6th chucker. There she is. Look at that beautiful looking mare. Irinita Pizza, ladies and gentlemen. Give her a nice little round of applause. She's taken all the attention there. She wants to get her good side. That's why she's turning. And ladies and gentlemen, of course, on behalf of all the grooms, all the Peticeros, let's give them a big round of applause as well. Thank you very much. Without them, we wouldn't be where we are. So that's with the horses done and dealt with. Thank you very much. We're going to start now with the runners-up, ladies and gentlemen, the runners-up of the WPL Founders Cup Final 2023. First of all, well played in that 6th chucker, turning things around, which made it ever so exciting, ladies and gentlemen. So without any further ado, we have Cecilia Pierres and Mille McDonough to do the prizes. At number 1, please step forward, Patricio Mayor. Well done, Patricia. At number 2, ladies and gentlemen, scoring 2 of those 4 goals in that last chucker. Give it up for Gonzalito Pierres. Then at number 3, ladies and gentlemen, what a great job he did for this team, coming in for the slightly injured Alejandro Navijo Estrada. Please, once again, give it up for Lucas James. And at number 4, ladies and gentlemen, one of our 2 10-goalers, the maestro. Please, once again, your hands for Pablo McDonough. Now, we did have a young man who played. Oh, we're going to go straight to the winners. Okay. Now then, ladies and gentlemen, the winners of the WPL Founders Cup 2023, Team Audi. He's had such a great last few games here, especially the semi-final, and again today scoring a total of 8 goals. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Mr. Mark Ganzi. Well done, Mark. At number 2, the other 10-goaler on that podium. Once again, please step forward, Senor Heta Castagnola. Well done, Heta. At number 3, ladies and gentlemen, the one and only, the man who can, Mr. Nick Roldan. And, of course, at number 4, ladies and gentlemen, from the Great White North, there's only one, Mr. Fred Mannix. Now, we have one more special award to give. He played in the semi-final before you all leave the podium, ladies and gentlemen. A total of 5 goals he scored. And he's also going to get a little prize. Can I ask you, please, to put your hands together for Senor Mille McDonough. Where are you, Milo? Le Pequeño, the little one. For Milo. There you go, yes. Give him a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. A bright star on the polo horizon. There he is, Mille McDonough. So, before we ask Richard Mille to we're going to go on with the MVP, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to do the umpires first? Okay, we're going to do the umpires first, and I'd like you to once again put your hands together for our two umpires on the field, and that, of course, Gaston Dorignac and Esteban Ferrari. And if we could also have Senor Pepe Araja, please. Pepe Araja, you are part of that team. There's a little award for you. There he is, Pepe Araja, and, of course, already been awarded his trophy, our man in the studio who has also been on the saddle, Mr. Dale Schwetz. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together, please, for the entire crew of umpires. Thank you very much. Gaston Dorignac, Esteban Ferrari, Pepe Araya, and Mr. Dale Schwetz. Now then, moving on to the MVP of this final, as we just allow Richard Mille to exit stage left. Once again, thank you very much and well played, Patricio Mayor, Gonzalito Pierres, Lucas James, and Pablo McDonough. Award for the MVP, the most valuable player of this final, I'm sure you will agree with me, goes to Hector Castagnola. And there is your throne, Hector. You can take a seat in that. There you go. There he is, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that. And I'm sure he's going to have a big smile on his face. There it is. Ladies and gentlemen, MVP of the WPL Founders Cup Final 2023, Hector Castagnola. And now, that moment that I'm sure this team, with a 5-0, winning all of their games in this, the Founders Cup, the presentation of that very big and I'm sure very heavy, oh yeah, you can see it's a rather heavy trophy, ladies and gentlemen, the beautiful World Polo League Founders Cup. To your winners, please once again put your hands together for Team Audi. Well done, Mark. Well done, Hector. Well done, Nick. And well done, Fred. And with these lovely images, that will be it from us for this tournament. Member, the Palm Beach Open is about to start, so plenty of high goal polo coming your way. And then, of course, the Triple Crown as well. I'm going to hand the microphone over to Cale Newman. No, I'm not. He doesn't want the microphone. But he's going to do the draw. I wish you all a very safe travels home, and make sure you come and see us here at Grand Champions Polo Club in the very near future, preferably next week. Make sure to go to gcpolo.com for the schedule. From all of us here at Grand Champions Polo Club and at CTV Sports, thank you very much for being with us. We hope you enjoyed the afternoon. Get home safely, and we look forward to seeing you back here at Grand Champions Polo Club very, very soon. From all of us, a very good night. Beautiful.